Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Milestone and my channel is all about finding your passion, fulfilling your potential and achieving your goals. How often do we say new year, new me, set some goals for ourselves and then fail halfway into January? In this video, I'm going to show you how to keep that promise to be your best self, achieve your goals, and I'll show you how to make this your best year yet. There's nothing I love better than a new year and a fresh start to get my ish together. Looking back, 2021 was one of my best years yet. I started this YouTube channel, I interviewed some amazing people, I went to some great events, I also met some truly inspirational people along the way. So it's been a great journey for me. Alongside that, I started a new role, which is a great environment for me. I've got an awesome boss, a great team. I really enjoy what I do, so I'm very blessed in that sense as well. I even finally got to travel and take a well-deserved break. But being honest, as the year went on, I wasn't able to achieve all the goals that I set for myself. For example, my fitness goals, I was killing it in the first half of the year on gym, going 4 to 5 times a week, eating really healthily. I kind of fell off towards the end of the year just due to some changes happening in my life. That's one area that I wish I could have done better. I also was doing really well in the beginning of the year when it came to online courses. I was doing loads, learning lots. Same thing with reading books. I was going through loads of books. As you can see, I've got a good collection there. As the year went on, I started to fall off slightly, in particular the last quarter of the year. Winter, I think it happens naturally to a lot of us. It's dark early, motivation's a bit lower. It's that end of year feeling where things tend to wind down. So there's areas for improvement. But overall, my goals really did help me achieve a lot more than I would have without them. Now I've learned from those mistakes. I'm re-energized. I'm ready to go for 2022 to become the best version of myself. So let's get into how to set goals for yourself this year. The first question you have to ask yourself is where to start, and this is something I know I've struggled with in the past, and according to my latest Instagram poll, almost half of you haven't set any yet. The first thing to do is reflection. I always like reflecting on how the past year went, and what I recommend you all to do is focus on the positive. Generally, we think about what we didn't achieve. I didn't hit my weight goal, I didn't hit my fitness goal, I didn't get that promotion, but it's good to think about these things like generally, but as well list all the things that you are happy about, that you're proud of, that you actually achieved, and stack those up because those are building blocks for you for the next year. So try to take a more positive spin when looking back. The next thing I recommend you to do is write down your goals. And a Harvard business study showed that if you set goals, you are 10 times more likely to be successful. So setting them is really a no-brainer for all of us. And when setting your goals, think about what's most important to you. What do you want to achieve this year? What's going to have the biggest positive impact on your life? So these are great things to include when you want to set goals for yourself. And for me, it takes some time to process and think about that. It does take a lot of reflection and internal thinking. For me personally, I just do this early in the morning, find some time, a really quiet place, think about things. I kind of bullet point it. I don't write the perfect statement down, just words and phrases that are really important to me. At a top level, I think we all know what we want to achieve and what we're most passionate about. Don't worry about writing the perfect statement because I think that's what I got trapped a lot. Just write it down and crack on really because you want to make a start. So just write down a few bullet points and take it from there. When setting goals, what really helps me is including what I want to achieve, how I want to achieve it, and when I want to achieve it by. So it's really specific and I can measure it and I've got a time against it. So that's a really good framework to use when setting your goals. So for example, if your goal is to get a pay rise at work this year, and who doesn't need some more money, what you could do instead of saying, I want to get a pay rise is say, I want to get a 10K pay rise by October 2022, and I will do this by upskilling myself and trying to get that internally. If I can't, I will get a role externally. That is basically it. It's very specific. You put some time against it. It's measurable. You know what you've got to do. That's a much better way to set goals and it will help you achieve them. And when you review that regularly, that's what will inspire you to achieve your goal. So to help you guys, I'm going to share some of my goals for 2022 and hopefully this will help inspire you to achieve and chase your dreams this year. So one of my first goals is to reach 100k subscribers on YouTube. So just subscribe now, help me hit that goal. I'm still a long way off, but I started this channel 8 months ago to inspire people like me to achieve greatness and fulfill their potential. Really enjoyed doing it so far, but now I really want to scale the channel, make it grow, and just fulfill my dream of helping people full time. One of my other goals this year is to reach that lean body goal. I mentioned it was a tricky year last year, had a really good start, kind of fell off towards the back end, but I want to get back on it, hit the gym, get back on my cardio, get back on the weight, start eating healthily again. We've lived in a world that's changed over the last 2 years. Our rhythms were disrupted. We've not been as active and I want to get back on it, not making any excuses for myself because there was a period where I was killing it. So getting back on that's really key for me. One of my other key goals this year is to create some new sources of passive income. It's something I've wanted to do for a while. I've been researching into different areas heavily, crypto, NFT, general about investments as well, YouTube included obviously, so please subscribe and help me hit that goal. Because something I've definitely learned over the last 2 years is we can't take anything for granted. So it's best to prepare for the worst, do what we can now, try to be as financially free and stable as possible by creating multiple streams that hopefully can grow exponentially over the next few years. That's a big focus for me. I'll be making videos about this as well, so if you're interested, stay tuned. Another goal of mine is to live by the highest standards and stay disciplined in all areas. I think discipline is so key in our lives. It's super underrated. So for me, that is more important than motivation. Motivation, it comes and it goes. Discipline is doing the things that you must to be successful when you don't want to. That's a really important thing that we've got to do. We're going to be tired at times. We're not going to be up for reading that book. We're not going to be up for going to the gym. We're not going to be up for working super hard, right? So discipline is what helps us do that. I'm just trying to raise my standards across the board when it comes to my life. So hopefully some of my goals inspire you as well. One thing I learned from last year as well, which is I think the key to success when it comes to goal setting, is to really be focused when it comes to setting your goals. So don't set too many. So last year I had quite a long list. It was about 12 goals, but this year I'm only going for half that. So I've got 6 because I think having fewer things to focus on that you can actually achieve is much better. I think I spread myself probably too thin. I couldn't really manage my time as best as I would have liked, but I think this year just having a much more smaller focus list will help me achieve a lot more in those areas. So rather than small bits of improvement across a broad list of areas, I can have a really big level of improvement across a smaller set of goals. And I think it'll make a huge difference to what I achieved this year. Another thing you want to bear in mind is really set goals that stretch you but not kill you. So with your goals, you want to be really ambitious, but you don't want to set the bar too low or too high. So for example, let's think financially. If you want to be a multi-millionaire, look at what you currently have in your account. If your income for the year is like 100K, thinking of getting to 10, 20 mil in a year, that's perhaps unrealistic. Maybe you want to say, I'm on 100K now, let's get to a mil, let's get to half a mil this year. Obviously everyone's circumstances are different. It has happened to some people. If you can get higher than that, great, but set goals that stretch you but not kill you, that you can actually achieve, because you don't want to demotivate yourself as you're setting yourself goals. You want to make progress, but think, what can I achieve if I really push myself hard? And that's kind of what you want to set the goal as, right? Do things that you can achieve if you go all out, but that don't kill you, right? Don't kill yourself, because it will have a negative effect. If you've never worked out for years and you want to lose 200 pounds in the next 12 months, it's probably unrealistic, right? You're not saying you can't do it, but set goals that you can actually try and achieve. So maybe it's like, I want to lose 50 pounds in the next year. If you get to 100, 200, amazing, you've killed it. But small steps, things that you can actually achieve but stretch you, that's what you want to go for. And then when it comes to goals, you want to print them and place them somewhere where you can see them all the time. So I say print them, it sounds a bit old school, but it does help. You know, you can put that by your bedside, hang it up on your wall, have a digital version as well on your phone, on your laptop, that you can review regularly as well. Super key. Keep it somewhere where you can see it every single day. That will keep your goals front of mind and make sure you stay on top of things. When setting your goals, I'd also recommend creating a vision board. So if you're a very visual person like me, as you can imagine, visualizing your goals will probably stick with you more than goals written down on a piece of paper. And for those that don't know, a vision board essentially is a visual representation of each of your goals. So if that goal is to get that pay rise, it might be a dollar sign, a pound sign, a specific number. So it might be that 10K that we talked about earlier, but just literally a visual representation of all your goals. You can do this by cutting out newspapers or magazine clippings, which is a really traditional way of doing it, and just sticking it all together on one massive poster which has all your goals on it, sticking it up on your wall. You can also do this digitally, right? Which is what a lot of people do. It's what I do personally. So I have done it in PowerPoint before. Now I've moved it onto Canva, but there's many ways you can do it. So Canva is a super easy way if you want to do it, in my opinion. So maybe try Canva to start. Get images that really inspire you, that are linked to your goals, and that will have the biggest impact. There might be someone that you look up to. You might want to include them in your vision board as well, just as another little bonus, a little touch. So there's many things you can do, but just think about stuff that will inspire you, that's a visual representation of your goals, that's high impact. And you know what? Making a vision board is a really cool thing to do. You know, it's probably the most fun thing. You've done your goals, getting some cool images together. It's pretty fun, you know? Once you've done that, print them out again, place it somewhere you can see. For me, I make it my phone background. I make it my desktop background on my laptop. Do whatever you can to make sure you see your vision board all the time. One thing I've also learned when it comes to goal setting is setting mini goals and rewarding yourself for hitting those milestones will really help you stick to your goals, because the goal, as we said, it's got to be quite ambitious, something that stresses yourself. So if your goal is to get that pay rise, you might say, right, this month I'm going to upskill myself in this area. So one of the 3 areas that will help me get the promotion. So I'll do it this month, so I'll do the next one next month, and I'll do the next one the month after that. So set little mini goals and then reward yourself for achieving it, whatever you want to do. So, and make sure whatever reward you give yourself obviously doesn't break another goal. So if your one goal is to eat healthily and another goal is to get a pay rise, don't go have a massive unhealthy meal or on a massive pizza Domino's binge if you are trying to eat healthy. So but just do something that where you reward yourself. Buy yourself a nice piece of clothing if you're not trying to save. Another thing that I've gotten really better at and I've started to understand the value of is investing in things that will help you achieve your goals. Ultimately, the best thing you can invest in is yourself. So once you've got your goals, they are the things that are most important to you in your life, right? So why wouldn't you want to invest in things that help you get there? And obviously you want to do this without killing yourself financially or putting yourself into debt. But if you can comfortably afford things that will help you achieve your goals, then do that. For example, if you are, again, trying to lose weight and what inspires you is a really nice gym, then pay that, higher membership if you can afford it comfortably, if that will inspire you to go there. So invest in those things that will help you become your best self, but do that responsibly. My last tip really is create a routine and stick to it. So setting goals is great, but now you've got to go out and achieve them, right? And you can't do that without creating some sort of routine that will help you do that. So look at your schedule, look at the things you've got going on in your life and make it work. So for me, I've set myself some goals. I need to find more time in the day to do them. So what I've started to do is waking up at 5 a.m. every day to achieve them, because that's, for me personally, the best time of day for me. It's when I'm most focused. I like that quiet time in the morning. It's when I get the most done. It's when I'm most productive. So create a schedule that works for you. You can adjust it, adapt it if it's not working for you. Just see how it goes. But set something to start and take it from there. And it's so important because you set yourself a lot of new goals. These are things you've not been doing before. You probably haven't got the time in your normal schedule to do them. So you've got to make more time to make these things happen, to become that best version of yourself. And super key, I touched on it earlier, but you want to review your goals daily. You set them, look at them every day, stay on top of them, because that's what's going to keep that drive going, that focus going, and remind yourself why you set them in the first place. So please, please, please review them daily. It's helped me. It will help you. I definitely found when I didn't review them for a couple of days, even a week at times, that's when I'd start going downhill. So stay on top of them, review them daily, have them on your phone, print them out, review it every single day, put them in places that you cannot avoid them, make sure it's in your face, and that's what's going to help you achieve your goals. So those are my top tips. Hopefully in the next year I can achieve some of those goals I set out. I hope you can too. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment below and let me know what your goals are for 2022. And if you haven't already, subscribe and help me achieve that target this year. So thanks for watching and let's keep chasing those goals.